I think I might have that problem, a stomach ulcer. Yes, I've gone into an arrest with Natchitoches police in Louisiana with a precondition. And yes, I haven't done anything to try to uh, fix the problem. It's something that I didn't have a very good. I mean, I didn't have a very good idea what was going on until it was too late. Probably. Is it too late now? I know that I've been suffering a long time, and the preconditions, they've been there. The preconditions have been around for many years, actually. I suffered stomach problems a lot for all my life, and the worst was when I was 30 and I had that choke cherry slurry that sent me into these violent convulsions, and I actually went to the a hospital in the emergency room, and it was all in my head, of course. But I suffered with severe heartburn for years in my early 30s, just trying to figure out what the problem was. Why was I suffering? Then I got magnets. What? Rotate device? Because apparently that's what's going on here. you gotta you gotta start the live stream off on panoramic mode. But yeah, the heartburn in my early 30s from that choke cherry slurry, which I believe was a result of the aluminum being absorbed into the choke cherry slurry, that really caused a problem. And I got better with magnet therapy. Magnets were the first one of the first things that actually helped me realize that I could reverse the damage. But I mean, magnets, of course, are not a permanent solution. But since then, I think I've weakened everything, and it's just been off and on. And it's a lot of me falling back on the bad habits that have led up to this problem. Where it's a new problem. I'm suffering a new problem. I'm not suffering this typical pain that I used to. And it could be because the lining of my stomach has changed. But I'm definitely suffering from this vomiting. It's not hiccuping, but it's burping. I think it's all the same. Vomiting, hiccuping, and burping. Regurgitation. I think it's all the same. It's non-alcoholic, which is really frustrating. I'm not a smoker, I'm not drinking, but things are falling into that category. So I'm trying to wrap my head around what my problem is. The nurse at the Natchitoches jail, after I told her my descriptions that it was a problem after eating, she's like, "Oh, you just got a hiatal hernia." That was it. But she was such a bitch. I couldn't stand her. And she can't stand the inmates. And she just kind of like passes it off as hiatal hernia. And I had to spend 30 days in that jail dealing with dealing with my problem, not being able to do any research. You can't research anything while in jail. But I have to say, it seemed like maybe I was getting better, but I think it was just simply just a change in lifestyle. I mean, I went into the arrest in last January with a problem, and I didn't know. I was still trying to figure things out. I was still in my old habits of eating, having smoothies with the bananas and strawberries and milk, and eating dates and pumpkin in the can, all of that good stuff, all that sugar. I was eating it, not giving in, but suffering with the not, inability to puke, inability to burp, and then when I had to burp, it was violent burping, minor puking, and it just it's a problem. And I was slowly trying different things, every so often taking a stab at research. But when I got that arrest, I had my precondition, and then I got the arrest, and then everything stopped for months. All research stopped. I was just sticking with my old habits. Actually, I did try. I tr- I tried pickles, and then I started getting heart failure from that. I couldn't breathe because of all the salt. And then I stopped that, so I created a further problem with no solution for my current problem, and then created a further problem with salt and vinegar in the pickles. And so then I solved that problem by stopping the pickles and got better. You know, cucumbers are supposed to be pretty good for ulcers, but not the pickles in the jar. You just can't eat as many. You can eat as many cucumbers as you want, but you can't eat as many pickles. it's, it is it is a beast. But yeah, everything was. I mean, every time I get arrested, all if I got a health problem, it's all placed on the back burner, and I just have to suffer. The courts, these legal social parameters, they force you to put everything on the back burner and focus on them. They want all your attention. They're such attention whores with and it's incredible over ID, over nothing. They want to become the attention whores for you, and you got to put everything on the back burner. And in like the trolls have said, yeah, you had a precondition before the court system didn't give this health problem to you. No, I did. I had a precondition, of course, but it just got worse. And it's the stress. As doctors say, it's all in your head. I typed in stomach ulcer in TikTok, and I got a lot of interesting advice. Some people are idiots, but there's a lot of interesting advice in between, and I can tell what makes more sense and what doesn't make any sense, and it takes a lot of searching. Oh. But one guy said that you get ulcers in the upper half of your stomach and not so much the lower half. And then he just, he kind of associated the reason why you have ulcers in your upper stomach is because it's all in your head. it's, I'm like, that's interesting. It kind of makes sense. But I don't know. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, is that really all there is? It's just all in your head. I think all in your head is a lot of it. I do have a problem with worrying and all of that. I have to, I mean, I'm traveling, living in my car, constantly aware of what's going on around me, worrying about where to go and all that. That's going to cause problems. But, yeah, this problem, it's gotten really bad. I'm burping on an empty stomach. I didn't even drink any water this morning. I didn't eat, yet I still have the burping. Um, but this morning, I think I want to have some chamomile and slippery elm. I got the cup. I'm gonna heat up. I started this live stream because some lady pulled up next to me. Typical people. I was about to get out, and then she just pulls up next to me and sits in her car with her car running. And I mean, I think she was a smoker, probably. It's a very typical type of person that'll just pull up near my car, keep their headlights on, car running, and windows down because I think they're smokers. I think it tends to be women too, and they'll just sit in their car. I don't know what's going on, but I mean, I'm kind of forming a pattern. I think I'm understanding a pattern developing here, in that it tends to be smokers who just sit with their headlights on, car running, sit in their car for. She left. But sometimes they could do that for an hour. Just sit in their car, headlights on, running, smoking. I don't know what they're doing, but the pattern is there, and I think they're kind of simpletons. So I don't think that they're a threat. They're a problem. They're gonna call the cops on me for looking suspicious. But it's a body, and it's a potential stressor. These are everybody is potentially somebody who can call the cops on me. You got to evaluate the situation. It's all a possibility, but then I have to look at probability. But then, that stresses me out. It stresses out my stomach, gives me ulcers. And I was reading about this bodybuilder, Cedric McMillan, which really got me thinking, this guy's dead at 44, and he was talking about puking up half his water and half his food. And I'm like, wow, that's me. I'm suffering all that. And he towards the end of his life, he was trying trying what the doctor said. See, no, I can't puke at the moment, or I mean burp. I'm trying. It's like something stuck in there. It's got to be a damage. I get the feeling sometimes that I want to burp. And I mean, if I can't burp, that means the gas is just gonna stick there for a while until I am able to burp. But yeah, I wanna protect my stomach better. I can't really reduce the worrying as much. I just want to have the foods that. I mean, I think peanuts and milk were probably not helping me. I've been turning to them way too much. Too many nuts. I've been turning to them a lot because they're easy, but I can't turn to easy so much. Cabbage? How am I gonna eat cabbage? I'm not gonna. They didn't say anything about eggs. They didn't say that eggs are good or bad. But cutting out milk sounds like a good idea. I think maybe yogurt, but not with the BB20 because that makes me puke. But something yogurt, probiotic stuff like that. But the cabbage, yeah, I need to change. I need to make further adjustments to my diet and follow a stomach ulcer diet. I was looking at hiatal hernia, GERD, acid reflux. But I'm thinking maybe, all that's bouncing around from one topic to the next But maybe stomach ulcer. You know, I gotta throw stomach ulcer in there too. It's all related. And since since we can't see it, I guess you can get an endoscopy, but I'm not paying for that. I can pretty much take a general guess what that that there's damage. And is it a folding? Is a diaphragm hiatal hernia pushing through the diaphragm, or is it just straight up damage? I don't know, but I need to coat my stomach more. I I I was able to get rid of the actual pain in my esophagus with slippery elm, but then I stopped the slippery elm because it's kind of annoying to consume. But I think I could make it less annoying now. Now that I bought this cup, I can fill up with water and quickly boil with my light burner. So I'm gonna turn back to slippery elm and then start boiling it. Boiled slippery elm with chamomile this morning, and then work on other things to consume as well later on. The cabbage and I'm not giving up eggs, so I'll I have carrots in with these eggs too, but I'm still burping, so it's just this is such a different angle for my problem. I'm not experiencing pains or the heartburn. It's just straight up burping. The gas gets stuck. I'm burping, and it's kind of affecting my heart at times. But I think I just need to coat. I'm looking for marshmallow roots. I've got all the nearby health stores marked. There's no way I can order it. I would order if I had a house. I would just order it, and that would be it. But I can't. But I'm not in a rush to get marshmallow roots. It could be a couple of days. It's fine. I got slippery elm. I think I could maybe make slippery elm a staple. I'll just have to see. I'm not excited about slippery elm every day, but it can be a staple, I think. But I would like to change up for other things because I do like variety. But yeah, I just have to see. And plus, I gotta actually find more trees to harvest. It's something where I need to be more aggressive in harvesting slippery elm if I want to have consume more. And I did increase my aggressiveness, but I've kind of let go because I did cut back on the slippery elm. But I think I want to pick it up again. And as I get further south, I'm not going to see slippery elm trees as much. So I want to be more aggressive now. If I see something, I want to grab it. Yeah, I haven't eaten anything. I haven't drinking anything yet. I got to burp.